On behalf of UCC Chaplaincy, I welcome you to this annual commemoration of our departed friends in the university community, those students and staff who have died during the past 12 months. It's important that we gather to remember them in the month of November, a month given over to remembering those who have died in the various Christian traditions. We welcome you. We hope that this video will inspire us to remember those who have contributed hugely to our university, both our staff and our students. We welcome all those who are participating in this video. We thank them for their contribution and their willingness to celebrate our loved ones.
Dear friends, as we gather again this November to remember and give thanks for our loved ones, our deceased staff members and students who've died in the past year. This is a special moment of remembrance, to remember with love, with affection and with joy for those people who have parted from our community. The University College Cork community has experienced a loss of 29 members during this time. It's only a number, but everyone behind those numbers are lives, families and loved ones. November is a month of remembrance, and while it's a sadness that we mourn the loss of our esteemed colleagues and students and friends, it's also a huge gratitude that we gather here to give thanks for their extraordinary contribution, individually and collectively, to this great institution, the University College Cork. It is important that we honour deceased staff and students. Bereavement is a difficult time for all of us who have lost loved ones. And as President of University College Cork, I want you to know that we are deeply conscious of this, and in some way, in this event, remembering demonstrates our closeness to you and our sense of solidarity with you at this difficult time. As we embark on a period of celebration in the weeks ahead, as the festivities accelerate, I know sometimes this is a moment where we probably perhaps miss our loved ones even more. That empty chair, that empty place, that card, that phone call, that tradition that we've all built up over this period of time, that you go and meet a loved one or sit with a loved one, that may be missing for you at the moment, and will. And we acknowledge that here today. And it's in that context I want to thank all of my colleagues and friends in the institution, our chaplaincy, our students, our staff, all the support systems that enable us to support you during this very difficult period at this time of significant bereavement. UCC is proud of its many values, which include respect. In fact, there's hardly a day goes by I don't use the word in my office. And I think if we can live the value of respect, we can come a long way as an organisation and as a community. But today we're talking about respect for all individuals who have served this institution, who have passed. We are grateful for your immense contribution as staff and students in making the university the wonderful place that it is today. We could not have done it without you. And indeed you, our loved ones who are listening to this recording or participating, we could not have done it without you supporting those loved ones who you have lost. We acknowledge them, we thank them, and today we will continue to remember their generosity and their kindness, and may they rest in peace. It's difficult at the moment, I think, for all of us, because our lives are being bombarded with news, much of it which is bad news. Tragedy, war, geopolitical situations, whether it's the loss of life in Ukraine, the Middle East, wherever it is, and the recent violence on the streets of Dublin. But despite all of that, you can see remarkable courage, remarkable Christianity, and remarkable kindness. And last evening I was struck by, even despite all the difficult things that were happening in Dublin, I saw on social media extraordinary acts of kindness. And if we look at the Middle East today, we're seeing extraordinary acts of courage and kindness. So as we depart today, I'd ask you to support all of those who have lost loved ones, that each of us commit to having an act of kindness towards our loved ones in our community and those around us. And in doing so, we will honour our fantastic students and our fantastic staff members that have passed on. Thank you.
An bhirt a bhíag dul go hamás. An seachtú taspána deag grách thug íosa, de dhís Jeshebel meribh lag scíthach. Ó Jerusalem ag teacht fad na slí amach, go caisleán a más bé ceann a scríbe. Ag trácht a bhás is fáis na spíne, gan dóchas ná dain a asáirí chuithe. Tharla mar ilathrach lairg na slíortha, is díofrig na ráite cásfra a bhíocha. Cléophas ba anam do farsa den dísin, is díofrig jóirí fós de riine, Jerusalem istig gan is na híde, a dimig éanma na léhananta riasin. De hílamar gur bheith mach dé a bhí gcuin, slá na hór na nille is na cluine seo Israel. Iniu an traslá ó tharla an gníomh seo, is de chuig cuid dormrá go háit a dhéanchar, ribh tholas na gréine airí an léanne, dis a ailige dal rairc nó físéir. Chuig lo don bhalla ó hanig an nghuileis, is tugach I bhíanaise bia gan rinas. Do bhanig an tarán go folláin díreach, is de bhris go glan á radach don dísin. Doscail a suaile nóir gúnta riasin, ach gan na ahant ina dhealamh go dtí seo. Is don chathair rais níor stad an dísin, mar a raibh na haspal is gasar díine, ag trácht go dain gur éirigh íosa, go bhacha ile na tríomhhuire is Peter. Dinis go léir a scéile an dísin, is bhrise bóirín mar a dahan siad íosa.
A reading from the letter of St. Paul to the Romans. The life and death of each of us has its influence on others. If we live for the Lord, and if we die for the Lord, so that alive or dead, we belong to the Lord. This explains why Christ both died and came to life. It was so that he might be Lord both of the dead and of the living. The word of the Lord.
From St. John's Gospel. Jesus said to his disciples, "Do not let your hearts be troubled. Trust in God still, and trust in me. There are many rooms in my Father's house. If there were not, I should have told you. I am going now to prepare a place for you, and after I have gone and prepared you a place, I will return to take you with me, so that where I am, you may be too. You know the way to the place where I am going." Thomas said, "Lord, we do not know where you are going, so how can we know the way?" Jesus said, "I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one can come to the Father except through me."
Once again, as we do each year, we gather today for this time of remembrance, to recall those who are dear to us, to remind ourselves of those who have been important to us, and in particular to think of those members of the university staff and students who have died in this past year. We gather not only as individuals, but also as a community, bound by shared experiences, challenges, and values. In doing so, we recall with thanksgiving the contributions made by those who have recently passed on. This time of November is one traditionally within the Church and other religious traditions when we remember those who have died. We gather in God's presence in the hope of Christ's resurrection and ask for the Spirit to be here with us in this time of recollection. What we do in taking this time of remembrance, recalling and reminding is to share in the profound and deep experience of giving time to something hugely significant and important. In our ever fast-flowing culture, where speed of thought and activity reach almost into the frenetic and the overwhelming, we take a small portion of that precious commodity of time and we use it for a priceless purpose, that of pausing, halting, stopping, taking a moment to reflect on the lives of our departed students and colleagues, and to celebrate the contribution that they made in our lives, the memories they left behind, and the enrichment that they brought to our university community. To remember is to rejoin them through our memories back into our community, if only for a short time, in order to hold them in our hearts, celebrate them, and give thanks for what we shared with them across so many aspects of our own lives. To recall them is to give thanks for the paths which they followed in the vocation to academic life, the striving for truth and knowledge, the teaching and the learning that they brought and received, for what was accomplished and achieved in the life of the Academy. To remind ourselves of them is to centre them in our thoughts, to give thanks for the personal qualities that endeared them to us, the friendships which were forged, the moments that were shared, the support and camaraderie that made our lives better. As we mourn their passing, we also draw strength from those memories we made and have shared. We can reflect and we can rejoice that their time with us was a gift and that their spirit lives on in the echoes of our collective experiences. May the souls of our departed students and staff rest in peace, and may their families find comfort in the knowledge that their loved ones were valued, respected and cherished by this university community, which they were part of, and which remembers them this day with thanksgiving.
We give thanks for all those who have been part of our university but who have sadly died during the past year. As we honour their memory, we think of their families, friends and loved ones, that they may find strength and comfort. As we remember and mourn this day, we ask that grief or sorrow not overwhelm us, but that compassion and love sustain us one step at a time. May we be a source of strength and encouragement for all the bereaved. We remember all who are working for peace in our world, especially in those places of conflict at this present time, in particular for the people of the Ukraine, Russia, Israel and Palestine.
During the past year, we remember with sadness and affection the following. Jeremiah Carney, Department of Chemistry, the 25th of October, 2022. Ruth O'Sullivan, Department of Food Microbiology, the 20th of November, 2022. Joe Lennon, Department of Physics, the 29th of November, 2022. Elizabeth Cotter, School of Biological Earth and Environmental Sciences, the 5th of January, 2023. Deirdre Kelleher, Department of Anatomy and Neuroscience, the 6th of January 2023. John Gordon Russell, Dental School and Hospital, the 9th of January 2023. Mary Hall, International Office, the 29th of January 2023. Mary Cotter, Finance Office, the 9th of March 2023. Donald Lyons, Department of Geography, the 12th of March 2023. Brendan Raleigh, Buildings and Estates, the 26th of March 2023. Dennis Linehan, Department of Law, the 31st of March 2023. Anne Nichol, Library, the 1st of April 2023. Joe O'Connell, Department of Medicine, the 5th of April 2023. Vicky Janssens, Department of Classics, the 21st of April 2023. Cian Nugent, 3rd year Civil Engineering student, 28th of April 2023. Bridget McAdam O'Connell, Department of Sociology, the 28th of May 2023. Gula Savella, School of Chemistry, the 4th of June 2023. John Dowling, Department of Philosophy, the 19th of June 2023. Pat O'Mahony, Finance Office, the 18th of July 2023. Jeremiah O'Brien, Buildings and Estates, the 24th of July 2023. Seamus O'Flynn, Buildings and Estates, the 29th of July 2023. Teresa Wright, Printing Office, 23rd of August 2023. Rachel O'Connell, School of Medicine, the 29th of August 2023. Dermot Keogh, Department of History, the 6th of September 2023. Marek Laurence, Tyndall National Institute, October 2023. Joe Dennehy, BA Flexi Options 1, Student Philosophy, the 21st of October 2023. Mary Barry Wall, School of Education, the 9th of November 2023. Terence O'Reilly, Department of Spanish, Portuguese and Latin American Studies, the 16th of November 2023. Anne Heskin, President's Office, the 19th of November 2023.
Dear friends, as we come to the conclusion of this remembrance event for the deceased staff and students of UCC who have died in the past year, it is timely to remind ourselves that the legacies we leave as students and education professionals are many. Firstly, we remember how those who have worked in this university have left behind professional and scholarly contributions in the form of texts and articles written, courses taught, research opportunities, or programs that have left a deep impression on the student body and society, as well as body of work in the service of the university. Secondly, along with our professional and scholarly contributions, we also remember the legacy established by the character of those who have died, that is, in the way they treated our students, colleagues, and co-workers. These attributes are as important as the professional work that has been achieved by our deceased students and staff. For our deceased students in the past year, we recognise their contribution to the life of the university. We are aware of the impact of their passing on their families, friends, and their fellow students here in UCC. As President of the Students' Union, I want to assure you that those students who have died in the past year will never be forgotten. We are grateful that they were part of an institution that cares deeply for the well-being of all our students. We remember the immense contribution made by students and staff of UCC who have died in the past year, and we give thanks for the courtesy, decency, and friendship that they gave to the university community. These are the memories most mentioned in memorial events like this, and rightly so. May all our deceased staff and students rest in peace. Thank you for joining us to remember our deceased students and staff today. Amen.